Now let's talk about your price. You have to know how to price your offers so they align with the value you provide. So one of the biggest questions I get is, how do I decide on my price? What did I say earlier? You're getting paid for your value, not for your time. That is why charging by the hour is a one-way ticket to burnout town. Often you are saving them time, you're saving your clients money, or you're saving them a huge headache. Maybe you're doing all three. And that has huge value. So make sure you're charging accordingly. So here's the thing. If you price too low, here's what you're putting at risk, right? All the competitors who also price too low. And they may be way more experienced than you. They may have more clout than you. They may have a bigger business than you. You don't want to compete on price. Trust me. You also risk reduced profit margins. Like, how are you going to make money and grow your business if you're always charging rock bottom pricing? You're risking perception of poor quality. People value what they pay for, let me tell you. And you may be risking your inability to grow. You need profit so you can continue to invest and grow in your business and so you can live your best life. Here's what you're risking if you're pricing too high. Possibly pushing customers away. Fewer can afford it. You may be outside what the market is willing to pay, or you may be appearing overpriced. So here's a way to determine if you are charging too low or if you are asking yourself, am I charging too high? Be able to answer these questions for yourself. So when questioning if you are charging too low, ask yourself this. Is price the number one deciding factor for your target customer? Like, who you're targeting, is price a big issue? So for example, maybe you are dealing with somebody who is a new entrepreneur and they don't have a lot of money running in their business. So price may be a big factor for them because they haven't started generating income yet. Will I be able to cover my expenses if I charge this price? This is a big question you always need to ask yourself. You may be delivering huge value, but if you're not charging enough to cover your expenses, you're basically working for free. Ask yourself, how many customers can I serve at this price in a month and still cover my expenses? Does this price make me feel like my services are valuable? You know that feeling when you tell somebody the price and you're like, oh, that felt really good. And the other feeling where you're like, oh, I wish I had said more than that because this is going to be a lot of work and that definitely is not going to cover it. Think about that. What does the market charge for the exact same thing? You want to be comparable to the market, but you also want to know what your secret sauce is in case you want to charge more. You know how to justify it. Ask yourself, what is the reason for me charging this low? You are in business. You are valuable. What you have to deliver is amazing. So it should be priced accordingly. Will I have a big enough profit margin if I charge this price? Listen, you got to be making profit. If it don't make money, it don't make sense. Now, here are some questions you can ask yourself if you think you're pricing too high. How experienced are you in your field? Now, I'm all about charging for the value versus charging for the time. And I'm all about charging a premium if you really know you're worth it. So how experienced are you? Have you gotten results for people? Have you gotten testimonials? Have you changed lives? Have you got basically the proof to say, yeah, I'm really good at what I do. I've got the experience. I've got the background. I've got the training. I've got the results. I can charge more. What's your track record with helping people in your area of expertise? So that goes back to the testimonials, right? If you're just starting out, you've never gotten a result for anybody, then you may not want to be charging too high. Charge what the market is charging. Are they walking away with something you deem to be super valuable? Listen, you got to know where your value lies. Ask yourself, why do you think people should pay a premium for your product or service? If you can't justify it to yourself, you can't justify it to anybody else. What does the market charge for the exact same thing that you do? And are others charging your price or higher? Now, those are all amazing questions to ask. And some of you are like, I know, I got it, but is there a formula I can follow? So here's a really simple formula. If you need one, just start pricing out your offers. What you're going to do is you're going to take your hourly rate, you're going to multiply that by the hours required it takes you to deliver on your offer. You're going to add 30%. Why? Because you will always need more time than you think in order to deliver on your offer. We tend to underestimate how long something's going to take us. But 30% is a great buffer. Then you're going to add your hard costs, your cost of goods sold, so the cost to you in order to deliver that offer. So maybe you have workbooks, maybe there's travel involved, gas, if you have to go to them, if it's a live event, you have all of those different pieces that you need to accommodate for. So what are the costs to you? You're going to add that. Then you're going to multiply it by 2, and that's your profit margin. Yes, 2. That equals your price. So let's break it down. Here's an example. This is a money coach, and what do they offer? They offer coaching services. Their hourly rate they've determined is $100 an hour, and it takes them 10 hours to deliver on their program that they're offering. So $1,000 for just that. Then they're going to add 30%, because even though maybe it takes them 10 hours to deliver on it, they're not accounting for the hours going to take them to prep for those sessions. So they put in 30%, and that adds another $300. Then the cost to them actually doesn't cost them anything in cost of goods sold. It's all about their time. So they put in $100, which is the cost of the workbook to print it out and for the person to use it. Then they're going to multiply that by 2, which gives them their profit. So the price of their coaching program is $2,800. See how simple that was? So if you want a simple formula just to get started, use this. It works every time. So some of you may be asking yourself, but how do I determine my hourly rate? That was a trick. You don't have one. You are being paid for your value, not for your time. So I really don't want you to get all wrapped up in what your hourly rate is, because you are getting paid for your value, not for your time. Don't even worry about it. Charge for the value. So here are your action items. Do some research on what the market charges for what it is that you do. Decide if you are going to enter higher or lower into the market and justify it to yourself. You're the only one you need to justify it to. Then I want you to do the math, put the numbers together, make sure it works, and make sure you are making 2 times what it costs you. Those profit margins better be there. And then go out and sell it and charge what feels good. You'll never know what the market is willing to pay until you get someone to buy it. They can't buy it if you don't sell it to them. Don't be shy, go out there. All they can say is no. If they say no, find out why. Maybe it had nothing to even do with the price. So let's recap. So now you know the key ingredients to building out a great offer. We looked at the industry that you're targeting. We looked at what you're actually trying to sell. We looked at your target customer. We looked at your big promise and making sure that what you're selling is aligned for your target audience. We looked at how to build out that framework and your process so you can deliver on that promise. And we looked at pricing, how to go higher rather than lower, and how to charge for your value versus your time. So congratulations, you now have everything that you need in order to go build an amazing offer. So go and get it done. Don't wait, because the world needs what you have.